What up, man?
You guys take your first NFL paycheck. You got to bet it on a freshman from Auburn this past year, making it to the league in 3 years. Who you gonna bet on? Why?
I got to go with Cam Coleman, for sure. Cam Coleman's a dynamic player. We saw what he did, show glimpses early in the season. But I think the thing that people don't understand is the work that Cam Coleman puts in. I'm a guy that always stays after, trying to see guys do extra stuff after practice. And Cam Coleman's a guy that's in there every single day, getting extra work in, taking care of his body. And he truly loves the game of football. I admire him as a young man and the way he carries himself. And Cam Coleman will certainly be that guy.
Was there like a moment that stood out there where you knew, like, all right, like he's going to be that guy?
Yeah. I noticed when, practice, as the season goes on, a lot of guys are fatigued, mentally fatigued. And, we got some guys leaving out the building a little bit early. And Cam was consistently a guy that stayed in and did extra stuff after practice, whether it's taking care of his body or whether it's a film study or just anything, So I admire that, and I understand that a lot of young guys don't develop that early, and he developed that. And now it's time to grow upon that and get into his sophomore year. So Cam's going to do tremendous things on that field, and I'm excited to see them play in 2025.
Who's a young guy coming back on defense that we're not talking about right now, but a year from now, what we're talking about?
A year from now, I'll probably say DeMarcus Riddick. He's super talented in terms of everything he brings to the game. Physical, fast, downhill type linebacker. And I know with Coach Durkin's leadership, he's going to be somebody that blossoms into a great player over at Auburn. And I'm excited to see him grow throughout this year. And, he came into his freshman year and he had a specific role within third down packages and being able to neutralize quarterbacks. And the way he was able to embrace that role and exceed in that role, I know that, the role that they put him in this year is going to be a tremendous role for him. And he's ready for that spotlight, and I'm excited to see him blossom.
You go with running backs, tight ends, offensive linemen, playing position play. Who's the toughest guy you had to play against in the game this year?
That's a good question. I like that one. Offensive linemen, running backs, you said, right? Anybody. Missouri has a good tackle, who's a phenomenal tackle. Gave us some issues in terms of pass protection and different things he did in the pass protection game. Trying to think about some good running backs that we played this season. Trevor's a great running back. I played him at the Senior Bowl. He's certainly somebody that's dynamic in terms of putting his foot in the ground. He has great footwork. Certainly somebody that can make all the cuts on the football field. So Trevor Etienne for sure.
Who's the toughest pass game quarterback? You have to prep for a lot of good quarterbacks.
Pass game quarterback.
You knew going in, like, all right, they give us a lot of problems.
2023, definitely Dart. We played Jackson Dart in Jordan-Hare Stadium. I'm like, man, what they're doing on offense in terms of the passing game was dynamic. And, I let him know that at the Senior Bowl, man. Like, you guys did a lot of great things offensively and, talking about the game plan, talking about the ways they were trying to attack our defense. And Jackson Dart in 2023, I'm trying to think of somebody for 2024. Pass game. Yeah, I'd probably just say Jackson Dart. Yeah, yes, sir. One linebacker? Another great question. We coming up with some great questions today. I think past or present, a great linebacker I would love to play with is Patrick Willis. Just what he brought to a defense, that leadership, that energy, just being a commander of a defense. I would love to play with him. I would love to learn from him, being able to see how he prepares as a pro. And that's certainly something that as a player, I want to continue to develop on every single day. And I embrace that, and I believe he's the ultimate pro. Yeah, I met with them at the Senior Bowl. Yes, sir. It was good. Being able to sit down with them, talk X's and O's, talk about schematics, the different things they do with their linebackers. Levante David is somebody that I know and I admire. My brother played at the University of Nebraska, so being able to see what he did throughout his career and just the way he commands that defense. And, I feel like he doesn't get enough love for some of the things he's doing on that football field, like being able to be so consistent year in and year out and being able to provide for that defense is like certainly something as a young linebacker I admire and certainly love to learn from him. Yeah, yeah. It would be a great thing, just being able to experience that. We understand what Todd Bowles brings as a head coach. He's very involved on that defensive side. Just being able to have a head coach that's so experienced in terms of preparing defenses and preparing linebackers is certainly something that I would love to have. Somebody that's a veteran leader to show me the ropes as a young rookie coming in, and just developing my skills. As in this game, I want to be a sponge and absorb all the information I can, and I know he's a great example of how to get that done. Yeah, I think one thing that stands out to me when I go through the tape is the effort and energy I play with. I play the game with a relentless effort throughout the game, whether it's the first snap of the game or the last snap of the game. My motor that I play with. I think I bring a lot of leadership qualities to a team. At Auburn this year, we had a lot of adversity that we went through, and trying to hone those guys in on being more of a team and bring our team together in times of adversity, and not listening to outside noise or the critics, but building our identity from within. And that's something I try to emphasize to the team. And it's so hard in this day and age with NIL and so much things in terms of instant gratification. Guys can jump ship whenever. But getting a group of men to be bought into a common goal throughout a season, it's the hardest it's ever been. I had to continue to develop upon my leadership and try to win that team over. And, ultimately I feel like I did a great job in trying to spark some young guys' minds to be able to lead that team into the right direction. So those are the things I think I bring to a team. I'm a guy that I truly love football. My actions justify that, and that's what I bring every single day to a team. Yeah, as a young man, you understand that the speed of a game is different when you get to the National Football League. But being able to train your mind to understand and process things at a high speed will make up for that speed of the game. Just like there was an acclimation process as in high school as there was to college, there's an acclimation process to the National Football League, and I'm aware of that. And being able to train my mind to process things at high speeds and being able to make full speed decisions helps me play that much faster. I think against Mizzou, what really was clicking for me that day was being able to make full speed decisions, being able to play fast, being able to get downhill. And I believe I had 2 sacks in that game. So just being able to work moves on the offensive lineman. I'm a guy that I pride myself in the way I pass rush and the way I, can get to the quarterback, my array of moves and my arsenal. So, I felt like that game I was just being able to time up my blitzes, being able to hit it down track, and being able to, be sturdy in the run game. And I did a lot of good things in coverage that game too. So that's what I really attested to. I attested to my coaches as well. DJ Durkin did a great job in preparing me that week, being able to hone in on the details of my job. And, I was just so grateful for how he prepared me as a linebacker and talking about all the keys that Missouri gave us that week in order for me to play fast and have a great game that game. Yeah. I just talked about one of them. They have 2 great tackles. We understood going into that game that it was going to be we had to have our best game, because they're great players and what they provide to an offense. They gave us some issues in terms of pass protection matchups. So Jalen McLeod, our linebacker here, who's here at the Combine with us, he really honed in that week and was like, I got to go win my one-on-one matchups with them. So I respect those guys and what they did in the pass protection game, being able to try to create knockback in their wide zone scheme. I feel like we did a great job in stopping that wide zone scheme. It was just the pass protection aspects.
All right, thanks, Eugene. I appreciate it. You just want to grab the name card?
Yeah, thank you.